The King James Bible, the Book of Joshua, chapter 17. There was also a lot for the tribe of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph, to wit for Machir the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, because he was a man of war. Therefore he had Gilead and Bashan. There was a lot for the rest of the children of Manasseh by their families, for the children of Abiezar and the children of Halak, and for the children of Azriel, and for the children of Shechem, and for the children of Hepher, and for the children of Shemida. And these were the male children of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, by their families. But Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, had no sons, but daughters. And these were the names of the daughters: Mahlah, and Noah, and Hoglah, and Milcah, and Tirzah. And they came near before Eleazar the priest, and before Joshua the son of Nun, and before the princes, saying, The Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance among our brethren. Therefore, according to the commandment of the Lord, he gave them an inheritance among the brethren of their father. And there fell 10 portions to Manasseh, beside the land of Gilead and Bashan, which were on the other side of Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh had an inheritance among his sons, and the rest of Manasseh's sons on the land had the land of Gilead. And the coast of Manasseh was from Asher to Michmethalah, and that lieth before Shechem, and the border went along on the right hand of unto the inhabitants of Tapad. Now Manasseh had the land of Tappanah, but the Tappa on the border of Manasseh belonged to the children of Ephraim. And the coast descended unto the river Kana, southward of the river. These cities of Ephraim were among the cities of Manasseh. The coast of Manasseh was also on the north side of the river, and the undergoings of it were at the sea. Southward it was Ephraim's, and northward it was Manasseh's, and the sea is his border. And they met together in Asher on the north, and in Issachar to the east. And Manasseh had in Issachar and Asher Bethshan and her towns, and Ibleam and her towns, and the inhabitants of Dor and her towns, and the inhabitants of Endor and her towns, and the inhabitants of Tanash and her towns, and the inhabitants of Megiddo and her towns, even 3 countries. Yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of those cities, but the Canaanites would dwell in that land. Yet it came to pass, when the children of Israel were waxen strong, and they put the Canaanites to tribute, but they did not utterly drive them out. And the children of Joseph spake unto Joshua, saying, Why hast thou given me but one lot and one portion to inherit, seeing I am great people, forasmuch as the Lord hath blessed me hereto? And Joshua answered them, If thou be great people, then get thee up to the wood country, and cut down for thyself in the land of the Perizzites and of the giants, if Mount Ephraim to be too narrow for thee. And the children of Joshua said, The hill is not enough for us, and all the Canaanites that dwell in the land and the valley have chariots of iron, both they who are of Bethshean and her towns, and they who are of the valley of Jezreel. And Joshua spake unto the house of Joseph, even to Ephraim and to Manasseh, saying, Thou art a great people, and hast great power. Thou shalt not have one lot only, but the mountain shall be thine, for it is a wood, and thou shalt cut it down, and the outgoings of it shall be thine. For thou shalt drive out the Canaanites, though they have iron chariots, and though they be strong. Chapter 18. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh, and set up the tabernacle of the congregation there, and the land was subdued before them. And there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes which had not yet received their inheritance. And Joshua said unto the children of Israel, How long are ye slack to go to possess the land which the Lord God your father hath given you? Give out from among you 3 men for each tribe, and I will send them, and they shall rise and go through the land, and describe it according to the inheritance of them, and they shall come again to me. and they shall divide it into 7 parts. Judah shall abide in their coast on the south, and on the house of Joseph shall abide on the coasts on the north. And ye shall therefore describe the land into 7 parts, and bring the description hither to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord our God. But the Levites have no part among you, for the priesthood of the Lord is their inheritance. And Gad and Reuben and half the tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance beyond Jordan on the east, which Moses the servant of the Lord gave them. And the men rose and went away, and Joshua charged them that went to describe the land, saying, Go and walk through the land, and describe it, and come again unto me, that I may here cast lots for you before the Lord in Shiloh. And the men went and passed through the land, and described it by cities into 7 parts in a book, and came again to Joshua to the host at Shiloh. And Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before the Lord, and there Joshua divided the land unto the children of Israel according to their divisions. And the lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families, and the coast of their lot came forth between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. And the border on the north side was from Jordan, and the border went up to the side of Jericho on the north side, and went up through the mountains westward, and the goings out thereof were the wilderness of Beth-aven. And the border went over from thence toward Luz, to the side of Luz, which is Bethel, southward, and to the border ascended into Al-Taroth-Adar, near the hill that lieth on the south side of near Beth-horon. And the border was drawn thence, and compassed the corner of the sea northward from the hill that lieth before Beth-horon southward, and the goings out of thereof were at Kidrith-baal, which is Kidrith-jearim, a city of the children of Judah, that was in the west quarter. And the south quarter was from the end of Kirjath-jearim, and the border went out to the west, and went out to the well waters of Nephtoah. And the borders came down to the end of the mountain that lieth before the valley at the son of Hinnom, which is in the valley of the giants on the north, and descended to the valley of Hinnom, to the side of Jebusi on the south, and descended into En-rogel. And the drawn from the north, and went forth to En-shemesh, and went forth toward Gilotho, which was over against the going up of Adumim, and descended to the stone of Bohan the son of Reuben, and passed along toward the side over against Arabah northward, and went down into Arabah. And the border passed along the side of Beth-hoglah northward, and the outgoings of the border were at the north bay of the salt sea at the south end of Jordan, which was the south coast. And Jordan was the border of it on the east side. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, by the coast thereof round about, according to their families. Now the cities of the tribe of the children of Benjamin, according to their families, were Jericho, and Beth-hoglah, and the valley of Keziz, and Beth-arabah, and Zemarim, and Bethel, and Avim, and Parah, and Opharah, and Sepharhamoni, and Ophni, and Gaba, 12 cities with their villages. Gibeon, and Ramah, and Beeroth, and Mizpah, and Cheperiah, and Mezoah, and Rekem, and Irpel, and Telarah, and Zelah, Elahaph, and Jebzusi, which is Jerusalem, Gibbeth, and Kirjath, 14 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, according to their families. Chapter 19. And the second lot came forth to Simeon, even for the tribe of the children of Simeon, according to their families, and their inheritance was within the inheritance of the children of Judah. And they had in their inheritance Beersheba, Sheba, and Mondullah, and Hazar Shual, and Bala, and Azim, and Elotlad, and Bethuel, and Hormath, and Ziklag, and Beth Markaboth, and Harzah-Shusha, and Beth-lebaroth, and Sherathun, 13 cities and their villages. Ain, Rimmon, and Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities and their villages. and all the villages that were round about these cities, to Baalath Beer, Ramath of the south. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Simeon, according to their families. Out of the portion of the children of Judah was the inheritance of the children of Simeon, for the part of the children of Judah was too much for them. Therefore the children of Simeon had their inheritance within the inheritance of them. And the third lot came up for the children of Zebulun, according to their families, and the border of their inheritance was unto Sarid. And their border went up toward the sea, and Marilah, and reached unto Dabasheth, and reached for the river that is before Jokneam, and turned from Sarid eastward toward the sun rising unto the border of Chizoth Tabor, and then goeth out to Daberath, and goeth up to Jepiah, and from thence passeth along on the east to Gittah Hefer, to Ittah Kazan, and goeth out to Remamon Methor, to Neha. And the border compasseth it on the north side to Hanathon, and the outgoings thereof are the valley of Jepathel, and Katah, and Nahalal, and Shimron, and Idalah, and Bethlehem. 12 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Zebulun, according to their families, these cities with their villages. And the fourth lot came out to Issachar, for the children of Issachar, according to their families. And the border was towards Jezreel, and Shemosoloth, and Shunem, and Haphraim, and Shihon, and Anahareth, and Rabbath, and Kishion, and Abez, and Ramiath, and En-Ganim, and En-Haddah, and Beth-Pazaz. And the coast reacheth to Tabar, and Shaheznoma, and Beth-Shema, and the outgoings of their border were at Jordan, 16 cities and their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Issachar, according to the families and the cities and their villages. And the fifth lot came out for the tribe of the children of Asher, according to their families. And their border was Heleketh, and Hali, and Betan, and Asheph, and Amalek, and Amad, and Mishal, and reacheth to Carmel westward, and to Sihor Libnath, and turneth toward the sun rising to Beth Dagon, and reaching to Zebulun, and reaches to Zebulun into the valley of Jepathel, toward the north side of Beth Emek and Neiel, and goeth out to Kabul on the left hand, and Hebron, and Rehob, and Hammon, and Cana, even unto Zidon, great Zidon. And then the coast turneth to Ramah, and on to the strong city of Tyre, and the coast turneth on to Hosna, and the outgoings thereof are at the sea, from the coast to Ashzib. Unma also, and Aphek, and the Rehob, 22 cities and their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Asher, according to their families, these cities and their villages. The sixth lot came out to the children of Naphtali, even to the children of Naphtali, according to their families. And their coast was from Helaph and Alon to Zananim, and Adami, Nekab, and Jabneel unto Lechem, and the outgoings thereof were at Jordan. And then the coast turneth west toward the Azaroth Tabor, and goeth out from thence to Hukkok, and reacheth to Zebulun on the south side, and reacheth to Asher on the west side, and to Judah upon Jordan toward the sun rising. And the fenced cities are Ziddim, Zur, and Hamath, Rakath, and Chinnereth, and Adamana, and Ramah, and Hazor, and Kadesh, and Endri, and Hazor, and Iron, and Migdal El, Horam, and Beth Anath, and Beth Shemesh, 19 cities and their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, according to their families, the cities and their villages. And the seventh lot came out for the tribe of the children of Dan, according to their families. And the coast of their inheritance was Zorah, and Eshthal, and Ir-Shemesh, and and Shalabin, and Ajalon, and Jethalah, and Elon, and the